Aloha, everyone. Namaste. So it's cold and windy here in Cortez, Colorado today. So uh, I'm doing this from my RV. Actually, recorded, or well, I did a live about an hour ago at 3:33, and it didn't work. So I guess uh, well, I didn't do it properly, is what happened. And it was so perfect because I did this really beautiful live, and nobody saw it, and that's okay. Um, that's perfect. And right along the lines of what I was talking about in my earlier non-recorded live um, video, and that is just letting go of what it needs to look like for myself, because I'm the only person putting limits on what I do, right? And how I choose to perceive things, and how I could take it very personally and get all mad because I just did this beautiful 1 hour live that it didn't get broadcast. And I could be mad at myself, I could judge myself, um, and none of that's necessary. And the only person that would be it's me. And so um, taking ownership and bringing conscientious awareness to this space in which I am embodying. I want to talk about that this week, and I also want to talk about perception and uh, compassion and uh, our inner thoughts and our programming, and uh, bringing conscientious awareness to um, rather I am receiving and loving, or am I receiving and judging, um, and what space, what that looks like. um, so yeah, yes. So this week's been full of. I'm just going to share from a vulnerable space, and I trust that uh, people uh, feeling the desire to give up on whatever they're working on, or um like if you've been experiencing trials and challenges, and um, it's okay. It's okay. Like that's past programming showing up as reflections in our lives, and we are being given the opportunity in this moment of now to transmute that and shift that and change those cycles moment to moment to moment. And that is why now is where all of your power is. And thank you for all of those hearts. Thank you for all the love. Um, and transmuting that energy is what shifts us out of those old cycles that we've been in for years and years and years in our own personal life, wherever we're at in our story, the things that keep on popping up in different ways. um, it's I'm noticing that it's my opportunity to transmute those energies and do things differently than what I've done in the past, and to not take that personally, and to not get upset when somebody else is upset at me because I feel the need to justify why I did things the way I did things, and instead honoring the fact that somebody's upset at me and taking a look at it and making any shifts or changes that need to be made, and making commitments to myself to be conscious and aware of that in future moments. And I can learn and grow, but I can also accept and receive and trust. And I love all of the hearts. Thank you. Um, and I'm grateful that you guys are tuning in, because there's been so many times in the past few weeks where there's been plenty of life events that have shown up in my life where it's really been grand opportunities for me to choose into feeling uh, like I want to give up, like, and what a tragedy that would be if I gave up, or if I entertained those feelings. And instead of choosing to entertain those feelings and be like reacting to outside circumstances that I don't necessarily celebrate, instead transmuting and keep going, and knowing from inside myself that what I'm sharing has value, and what I'm sharing has people out there somewhere are looking for what I have to offer, what I have to share, what my team has to share, what the Church of Flames has to share. And what that is personal activation. And that's about you and your relationship with yourself. And it's about my relationship and myself, and taking accountability on a level that I am, instead of reacting, I'm realizing that that's a reflection somewhere within. And it's showing up in my life as an opportunity for me to see it. See it, love it, feel it, shift it. And um and then if I'm doing that, I'm not blaming, and I'm not disagreeing with somebody, and I'm not taking somebody's, like, I have a friend that's deeply upset at me right now, and he's choosing to be uh, upset at me. And from his perspective, he has lots of reasons to be upset at me. And I'm sure that all of those reasons are very justifiable from his perspective. But at the same time, he's viewing it from a very finite viewpoint, and I can be conscious and aware of that and not take it personally. And I can look inside for, where can I give myself love? Where can I make shifts? What can I do differently in future similar situations, where I can be proactive and make sure that is at least whittled down, so that because also feel like if I would have communicated better, then he wouldn't have the perspective that he has. And so I can take that accountability and realize, you know what, I get to communicate better, and I get to communicate more consistently with my close friends that I'm involved with. And so that's instead of taking that personally and focusing my time and energy on that, and being upset because my friend's mad at me, which is the old school way that I used to do things. And I'm getting better and better and better, and I'm loving all of these smiley faces and hearts. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Aww. And I appreciate everybody that's watching. Thank you for tuning in. Um, uh, this church is all about bringing unity, no matter what your perspective is on the afterlife, no matter what your perspective is on the creation story. What's what we're all about is the here and now, and bringing people together, because together we are abundant. Together, we are united. Together, we are powerful. And if we're lifting each other up instead of tearing each other down, then we can really do something as a human race. We can really create some magical things. And it one by one, every single person that gets involved, every single person that is lifting each other up and inspiring one another, where we're actually listening to one another, where instead of listening where I already have I'm thinking about what my response is going to be instead of actually listening because I'm right. Oh, that's old school. That's old school stuff, right? And situations might come up like that because the only way we can do things different is to transmute those old ways of being by taking it higher, raising the vibration. And that looks like um, viewing things from this accountable space and actually listening and valuing myself and my true nature and realizing that everybody on planet Earth, every human being that's alive, is of equal value and equal worth. And they have an equal amount of feelings, they have an equal amount of thoughts, they have, we're all beating the same heart, and we are connected. We are connected in greater ways than, I mean, we hear we are one. We hear that all the time. We are, we are all connected and we are all equally powerful and we are all creators. And we all have the ability to consciously select any state instantaneously, no matter what our outside surroundings are. And from that space, I can choose where I'm vibrating. I can choose what thoughts I'm entertaining. I can choose what perspective I am holding. And that's what state I am in. And thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the hearts. Oh, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Because I really feel like if we start having these conversations, we're supporting one another in shifting paradigms, in shifting. Uh, if I shift what state I am in, the rest of the world is going to shift its reflection. And that's just how things work. And it the only way is through. And that's by being and choosing differently, choosing higher states, choosing not to react when somebody does something that pisses you off. And instead, take a look at why that pissed you off. Take a look at why that person is choosing and have compassion for the multiple um, perspectives that they could be holding. And realize that the only thing that you have power of is what space, what perspective you're choosing, what perspective I am choosing to hold. It's the only thing I have power over. What thoughts I hold, what I choose to have come out of my mouth, and what deeds I do and how I perceive those reflections. It's the only thing I have control over. And the rest is blessings of opportunity. Rather, I choose to see it that way or not. I could choose to see difficulty as difficulty, and sometimes I do. And sometimes I entertain those thoughts, and I start to doubt, or I start to judge, or I take something personally. And I'm getting better and better and better at shifting And it's okay. That's the thing, right? Is it's absolutely okay to feel and be wherever you're at. It's perfect for you right now. And maybe it's to gain awareness that you have the ability to shift. Maybe it's so that I can practice and share with you that I'm practicing my ability to shift where I'm coming from, to shift what perspective I'm holding on things. Do I want to take it personally, or do I want to look deeper inside? Do I want to look deeper into where they might be coming from? So that I can understand it, so that I can have compassion for it, so that I can love it. And if I can do that, then I'm no longer in conflict, and I'm no longer in separation. And I'm taking ownership of what I'm choosing to embody in this current moment. And so, yeah, I just felt really inspired to bring that to our collective conscientious awareness that um, we are in control of where we're choosing to vibrate. And those vibrations travel out and they affect everybody else around us. And everybody else around us is feeling vibrations, and they're reflecting as I'm reflecting. And we're all in service to one another. And we are all um, in this beautiful dance of co-creation that's all reflective, um, and I am the creator, as as you are the creator, and we're creating in all moments in time. And we have there's so many different variables of what's going on, but we have the power to take all of that and shift it and rearrange it and uh, love it and heal it and um, deepen our compassion, deepen our conscientious awareness of um, our inner truth and our power. We are so powerful, so very, very powerful. And the more we open this up, our hearts, the more we can receive from one another. The more I'm viewing what's being gifted as a blessing. And the more I'm viewing it as a blessing and receiving it as such. Because it's a gift, right? Like right now, me talking to you, this is a gift. This is one of my gifts. And it can be received however the person watching or the people watching are receiving it. And I'm really, once again, grateful for all of those hearts, because that's like this receiving and giving back. And I'm receiving all of these hearts with so much gratitude, because it's giving me a sense of connection. It's giving me a sense of I'm being received. However, even though I'm getting that, I can't go into it looking for the expectation of somebody sending me all of these hearts and all of these smiley faces and kisses, because then I'm in a space of want and desire, and in a space of need and lack. And because I'm here giving my gift with this expectation of getting all of these hearts and getting all of this, and if I'm not getting hearts, then my worth isn't being validated from an outside source. And then the question comes, why am I looking for love and validation from an outside source? I have the power to give it to myself. And if I'm looking, if I find myself in a space where I'm looking for love and validation from an outside source, well, then that's a good time to give it to myself and be like, oh, and to trust in my gift and to trust in that I'm giving my gift from my heart because I love giving my gift and I feel my gift has value, and not putting any limits on how it needs to be received or how, and just trusting that it's received however it's received and that it's perfect for, if two people are watching, that it's perfect for two people. And maybe 100 people might see this over the course of, maybe 1,000, who knows? Maybe a lot. It's not up to me. I can let it go because it was a gift. And yet I can still love and appreciate all of those hearts. And I do. Thank you. Thank you so much. But I'm not needing it. And it's not validating my reasoning for me giving the gift. And so uh, I just want you to know that you're worthy. You're worthy of all the blessings you could ever imagine. And I am worthy of all of the blessings I could ever imagine. And that the more I let go of those, uh, the feelings of doubt or the feelings of giving up, and transmute those energies, that's where all the power is. And so I encourage you to just uh, increase your conscientious awareness this week of what space you're holding, what thoughts you're holding in your mind. Rather not you're in, if you find yourself judging or taking something personally, um, take a step back, tune in, love yourself, and allow it to be okay. And just trust. There's a lot of energies happening on the planet right now, and there's a lot of, if I'm feeling, having feelings of giving up, uh, then I'm sure that there's other people that are feeling somewhat similar. You know, resources might be limited, the appearance of so anyway. Um, Things might seem like there's no way of success, no way of a positive outcome. And if you find yourself being threatened by those thoughts, just tap in, feel, and shift. Take a look at it differently. Look inside, sit for a moment. You know, meditating is still a very much a practice for me. And it takes really consciously choosing to sit down and meditate. And I, right now, I'm doing 20, sometimes 30 minutes a day. And sometimes it's very challenging for me. Um, and I'm getting better and better at loving it and really looking forward to it. Um, I would say in the past couple of weeks, it still felt like a chore, and that's just me being honest. But I am also shifting my perspective into falling in love with sitting within myself and with the divine, and tapping into being connected to everything and feeling the love from everything and feeling the peace and calm inside. And um, I've noticed that, uh, well, like I actually fell into a tree this week, and it appeared to hurt pretty bad. And it was the first thing that I did. I just went and sat down and meditated and just gave myself love. And that was the first time I've ever done that. Um, when getting injured. Um, and it really, like, I just really honed in and I gave myself so much loving, healing energy. And I tapped into myself on levels that, um, the highest levels that I have ever done, not under the influence of plant medicine. So it was a really beautiful experience. Um, and uh, gratitude for that. Um, whereas, I could have spent the last 3 days all caught up in my story about falling off the thing on the truck's roof rack and into the tree and almost, like chainsaws. And I could get stuck on that story, and I could focus on my ribs, and I could focus on the tree bark burn on my back. I could tell a whole bunch of people my story and be laying in bed and feel justified and validated for laying in my bed and being sore for the next 3, 4 days. Or I could do what I did, which was go sit and meditate and send myself love and heal. I did take some ibuprofen and I took a nap and went in and did some more loving, healing work on me. And then I went and rocked it. And then I went and rocked it. And I've had like 3 or 4 days of rocking it, um, where I could have felt very justified in staying in bed and being hurt and sore. And um, all I'm saying is that we are creators of our reality. And where we hold ourselves moment to moment to moment um, dictates what vibration we are offering and what's coming back to us. And if um, things are coming back that aren't what the reflection I'm looking for, I can. It's information for me to look at to see how I can choose differently and how I can elevate that and hold trust for my creations. So, um, I rolled I Ching for the World today, and I'm gonna start doing these uh, on this channel as well. I am also going to be doing a completely different role for the world on my personal channel because I feel like different people are going to be uh, attracted to this channel than to my channel, and I'm just going to trust in universal perfectness and trust in my gift, and I'm going to share. So, um, this is the Brian Brownie Walker translation of the I Ching, is what I'm reading from. And this book is so magical. It's all about my relationship with myself and the current moment and my correct relationship to it. Um, and It's all about that for you too. And if you choose into developing a relationship with this book, be your own relationship with yourself, and but the amount that I have learned about myself through the utilization of this book is out of this world. And many of my creations are based off of this, and many things in the world, including most martial arts that come out of China, are based off of this book. Binary code originates from this book. The yin yang originates from this book. The Tao Te Ching is inspired by this book, and there's some seriously out of this world mathematics in this book that I'm still like realizing and discovering. Um, and I highly, if you haven't gotten into human design or the gene keys yet, highly encourage that. It's a big part of um, our church, the Church of Flames, and Equality, which is a temple inside the Church of Flames. The Church of Flames is the church of fire, love, art, music, equality, and sustainability. And there's a temple and a president and a team that is under each one of those um, temples, and everything's set up in sacred geometry. And I really encourage you to dive into your human design and into your gene keys, because then you're diving into yourself, and that's the best place to look for answers, is within myself. So, anyway, we rolled hexagram 56, lines 1 and 6, and then it changes into hexagram 55. And hexagram 56 is the Wanderer, and it's fire over mountain. The Wanderer. We are all wanderers in the unknown. Those who travel beside the sage are protected from harm. A person who travels in a strange land is wise to display an attitude free of arrogance and belligerence. Otherwise, he is liable to meet with trouble and find himself unable to survive it. With this hexagram, the I Ching reminds us that we are all strangers in a strange land, wanderers in a vast, unknowable universe, and obliged to act accordingly. Think of how you would travel, or sorry, no, I'm not. Think of how you would proceed if traveling in an unfamiliar country. You would be cautious and reserved, taking great care not to fall in with the wrong people or enter into dangerous places. You would be tolerant of others and generous towards them if a dispute arose. And you would be inclined to settle disagreements quickly to keep them from getting out of hand. You would rely on your attentiveness and your modest attitude and your gentle manner to keep you out of harm's way. The hexagram Lu comes to remind you that it is wise to travel through your entire life in this fashion. Seek now to stay in quiet harmony with the higher power and to embody caution, modesty, and generosity in your actions. Do not drag out disagreements with others. Conflict is a prison that grows more and more dangerous every minute you are in it. Do not depart from the path of humility and correct conduct. In doing so, you lose the protection of the deity and risk misfortune. By continually seeking to serve the innocent and the good, you stay in step with the sage and never wander the world alone. And line 1 is, the wanderer should not involve himself with inferior things. Cling to what is essential and correct in your thoughts and actions. Line 6, one must not abandon the inner one must not abandon the inner attitude of the wanderer. Through carelessness, you can quickly lose all that you have gained. And then that changes into hexagram 55, which is abundance. Thunder over fire. A moment of great influence is at hand. Prepare wisely and act accordingly. The image of the hexagram fang is that of thunder and lightning filling the sky. It signifies a period of tremendous power, which, like all such moments, only lasts for a time. Here we are instructed how to know when the moment is ripe and what to do when it is not. Our influence in the world naturally ebbs and flows. At one moment, others are full of mistrust and forward movement is impossible. In the next, by steadily clinging to what is true and good, we, re- we reawaken their receptivity and growth can take place. Only by carefully observing these cycles, the opening and closings of others to our influence, can we achieve greatness. To do this, we must cultivate an attitude of independent watchfulness. In this state of quiet observation, we open our hearts to the aid of the sage, who in turn opens our eyes to what is possible and what is not. This clarity enables us to move with strength and grace when the time is right, and and in this we achieve abundance. Feng also advises us that influence cannot last forever. As the sun rises, so must it set. When receptivity gives way to mistrust and our influence begins to wane, we ought not struggle to fortify or prolong it. Modesty and detachment require that we accept the turning of the tide by letting go of the passing moment and entering the next with a correct and balanced attitude. We save ourselves for a more beneficial time. And, it's those openings and closings. And when something's closed, not not taking it personally and not judging it for being closed, realizing and accepting that it's closed and being open to the possibility and ready to act when it opens back up, but loving it like it is and honoring it like it is because it's perfect in the play of God now. And it God is playing out all around us, all moments in time. Everything that exists is part of God, including you. So realize that if things are seeming difficult, it's okay. And it doesn't mean that you need to struggle or resist, but see how you can transmute it. Um, so I just want to encourage everybody out there to um, really be conscious of what thoughts and perspectives you're choosing to hold in your mind. I'm choosing to be conscious and aware of what thoughts I'm choosing to hold in my mind. And to love things the way they are, and deepen that awareness and really um, count your blessings this week. There's a lot of energy flowing, and um, if I'm counting my blessings, then I'm in a space of gratitude. I'm in a space of conscientious awareness of all of the blessings coming into my life. And if I see a blessing coming into my life that appears to be a challenge or um, an illusion of separation or an illusion of lack that can seem very, very real and is coming into my field, and to realize that I have the power to transform and react differently to that. And thank you for the hearts again. Oh, yeah. So, um, the more we practice this, the more receptive we are to one another. And the more those openings open, and the more connection that happens from a real authentic um, valued state where we're valuing each other instead of judging one another. Isn't that cool? Can you imagine a world where everyone for their that's a world of peace. That's a world of abundance. And I believe in that very much. I believe in uh, I believe in human beings. I believe in my team. I believe in all of my beautiful friends all across the world, the ones that I hold so dear and the ones I haven't met yet, because really it's about us connecting one by one by one by one by one by one and lifting each other up. And if we're lifting each other up and we're not tearing each other down, and if we're loving ourselves, and if we're embracing our creative nature from an accountable space, and we're inspiring that in one another, and we are rippling out, and we're making each other's days, and we're encouraging each other to learn and grow, and we are sharing from our hearts without expectation, then all of a sudden we are abundant. And we get more and more and more and more abundant the more we work together, the more we elevate one another, the more we look inside and elevate ourselves within. Yes. So, uh, may you have a beautiful week. Couple of announcements. We will be doing fire baptisms at the Paradigm Gathering in Agnar, Colorado, Little Hatu. Um, it's going to be a beautiful festival. Lots of magical workshops, lots of magical people, amazing performers, and a tribe coming together from 4 different states. That feels good. That feels really good because the more we come together, the more we unite, the more we're elevating, the bigger of a magnet we become, the more we are abundant. So please get involved with it. This is an invitation to get involved with the Church of Flames. We are uniting people. We are uniting groups and families and tribes that share the vision of peace, love, and abundance for all life on planet Earth. And together, we can make that happen. And I can guarantee you, it's the only way we can make that happen. No one person's going to be able to create that. No, you know, only a ripple effect of lots of people. And it started out, we've been doing, me and Adrian have been working on this for 20 years now. Me and several other people have been working on it for a very long time. And my core team, we've been working on this for like 5, 6, 7 years, depending on like how you want to look at it. But uh, lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of money, energy, time, and commitment to create a ripple effect of unity, of value, of worth, of uh, elevating oneself through removing all the limiting beliefs and stepping into our higher nature. and it's a process, and the only way through is through, and the only way is to choose conscientiously out of old patterns and into higher states of loving awareness. Um, and Yeah, so if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, share this with your friends, reach out to us, let us know how you'd like to get involved, do your gene keys, do your human design, um, and spend some time loving yourself, even if it's just for like 5 minutes a day. Like, just really, you know, I am worthy, I am blessed, I love myself. Yes. Or I forgive myself. Forgive myself. I love myself. I'm compassionate and understanding, and I let go of that because it no longer serves me. And that's not who I am. Stop identifying with your limiting beliefs about yourself, your limiting judgments, and realize that you're the only person limiting yourself, and that there is a vast, unknowable universe full of endless possibilities that all of us have an opportunity to tap into. And I'm learning that on deeper and deeper levels, moment to moment, getting better and better and better. And I want to leave you with one other thing to be conscious and aware of as we go through this coming week, and that is the spells coming out of your mouth, your creation vibration. Be conscious of what you choose to speak, for you are a creator, a powerful one, and you are worthy, and you are loved, and you are valued, you are valuable. And when you start valuing yourself, others will value you too. So, uh, sending you all lots of love and encouragement. Don't give up. If you're feeling like giving up, right now is not the time to give up. Just trust, keep moving forward. And if you feel like you can't move in any direction, sit, connect, connect within, and uh, an answer will be provided. Or at least that has been my experience. So, have a beautiful week. Uh, we love you. I love you. Um, this channel's going to grow and grow and grow a lot over the next month as we start introducing everything. Everything is getting rolling. We are uh, ready to accept and receive donations if you want to find out what we're doing and what we're all about. Um, all of these, you look at what moves society, what moves perspective, what moves possibilities, and, you know, fire. Fire brought us all together, and we all experience. I feel like that's really where language came from. Is a bunch of human beings sitting around a fire because all of a sudden there's protection, there's safety, there's warmth, and we have the time and energy to start connecting. So I feel like we have a very intimate relationship with fire, especially when it comes to community. There's also this thing called the flicker effect, which you can look into dream machines. They were really popular in like the late 60s, early 70s. And um, it's a pattern that sits on a record player that spins at 45 revolutions per minute, right? Uh, and so what it's doing is it's giving you about 13 flashes of light per second, which um, your brain receiving. You do this with your eyes closed, and your brain's being influenced by that frequency, right? And so frequency affects frequency, right? And so all of a sudden your brain starts going to that frequency, and that's actually um, in and out. It's going like this of where REM starts. And so you actually feel your eyes go into rapid eye movement, but you're in a conscious state. And you start seeing like layers of dreams, and um, you can fall into it deeper and deeper and deeper the more you practice working with the dream machine. But fire is go spiking just above that, and dropping just below that, and it's kind of like flickering, and so that's why you get that feeling around a campfire. That's why you get that feeling of intimacy and connection, or at a candlelight dinner, right? And there's this, it's soft, it's inviting, and it's this feeling. And um, so f- the Church of Flames is fire. Love, love definitely drives community. It drives change and elevates all things. Um, and then art. Think of the last time you saw a piece of art that made you feel something inside. That just taking in the vibrations of the creation of art. And uh, what a beautiful symbol of our godlike ability to create, to create art, and that art can then be viewed and received by another human being, and from multiple different perspectives, where evokes different feelings in me, or different thoughts than it would another person, or maybe it's very similar, and we can have conversation and connection about this art. um, but really feeling the act of creation, because we are godlike beings, and we are made in the image of our Father. Rather, no matter what our understanding of it is, and it's that's not the purpose of life. The purpose of life is not to understand how it all works. And I spent a good part of my 20s and 30s just trying to figure out how it all works. And that's just the booby prize of even trying to figure all that out, right? Because we're not meant to understand how it works. We can't possibly comprehend it anyway. And so to think that we know is just blocking us up from everything that we don't know. And if I can receive what I don't know from a space of um, realizing that I don't know, and I'm a lot more open and receptive than thinking that I know, or feeling that I need to know. Um, and really, all I need to know is that I am peace, love, happiness, bliss, and fulfillment, and that I am a creator, and that I can experience peace, love, happiness, bliss, and fulfillment at any moment in which I choose. For it's a choice. For I am. And all of these other things that would lead me to believe otherwise is an illusion of separation. And that's all it is. And an illusion of that I could give my power away to, if I wanted. And I could focus my attention on the illusion, or I can go back and be. So, uh, yeah. And then we got equality. And equality is the recognition that we are all truly one and that we're all in service to one another. And when we stop pointing the finger at my left index finger, telling them that he's wrong and he's a bad index finger, and everything in my body is fighting my index finger, that's a silly, that to me, that's a silly waste of energy when I'm looking at myself from the whole, right? I love my, and I love my my left index finger just as much as I love my right index finger, and I hold great value in my fingers, all of them. I'm very, I'm pretty equally grateful for each and every one of them. And the more we can see each other and experience each other as a whole with that awareness in mind, the more compassionate and loving we can be to one another, and the more we can operate as a whole, valuing each and every aspect of ourselves. So that's what I leave with you this week for contemplation, for thought, for just check in with yourself every once in a while. Make a habit to check in with yourself and see, what space am I coming from? What am I experiencing? What am I choosing to feel? What am I choosing to let into my head? What programming am I entertaining and allowing in? What thoughts do I seem to focus on? What, and be conscious and aware of that. So, yeah, thanks for watching, you guys. Appreciate you so much. Keep shining bright. Shining brighter and brighter and brighter every day. Oh, and one last thing, Love Fest Day. Love Fest Day is coming up May 25th. Uh, Start planning out. Think of 3 people that have deeply impacted your life. Um, that and reach out to them and share with them how much they've impacted your life and your gratitude for them, and just have a beautiful conversation. um, and think of 3 acts of love, random or well thought acts. If they're random, just do them on Love Fest Day randomly. Just make sure, go out of your way to do 3 things above and beyond what you would normally do, and just like uh, be looking for opportunities to share some love and do something loving and generous for somebody, for 3 people. And or you can put some thought and energy into that and do something really, really super special for 3 people in your life. um, yeah. um, and then uh, just wherever you're at with loving yourself and accepting yourself and feeling worthy to accept yourself, wherever you're at right now with that, know that that's perfectly okay, and just take it higher. Take it higher, and take it higher, and take it higher. And think of 3 things that you can do for yourself that would make you feel loved, that shows value and appreciation for yourself. And or just give it to yourself. I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. I gratefully acknowledge, accept, receive, feel, and enjoy this beautiful divine love for myself now. And this is so. And I usually recommend giving with your right, your masculine, and receiving with your left. But I had an epiphany last week, and the whole yin yang, right? You got your yin energy that's black, and there's a little white dot that's also got another little yin yang because it's a fractal. And then you have your white with a little black dot, right? Uh, I got that my left hand wants to give just as much as my right, and my right wants to receive just as much as my left wants to give. And um, uh, while this is, you know, I feel like it's time to switch it up in a balanced way, where both are being honored. So, whatever that practice looks like for you, moment to moment, and just make sure you're honoring both right and left, and giving and receiving changes a lot. It also uh, creates cohesion between the two hemispheres, and uh, all kinds of things happen in the brain. So, much love. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching, and blessings. Namaste. I'll see you next week at 3:33.